Hello everyone, I'm Anuj Jaggi and I'm a legal intern with LEXIS and Company. And the topic for today's video presentation is rule of law under the administrative law. So the origins of the rule of law theory can be traced back to the ancient Romans during the formation of the First Republic. It has since been championed by several medieval thinkers in Europe such as Hobbes, Locke, and various other people, and through the social contract theory as well. Indian philosophers such as Chanakya have also espoused the rule of law theory in their own way by maintaining that the king should be governed by the word of law. The concept of rule of law is that the state is governed not by the ruler or the nominated representatives of the people but by the law. The expression rule of law has been derived from the French phrase la principale de legalite, that is government based on the principles of law. So according to Edward Koch, rule of law means absence of arbitrary power on the part of the government. No man is punishable or can be made to suffer in body or good except for a distinct breach of law established in the order legal manner before the ordinary courts of the land. And also, as per Professor A.V. Dicey, the rule of law means that the absolute supremacy or predominance of the regular law as opposed to the influence of the arbitrary power and excludes the existence of arbitrariness or even of the wide discretionary authority on the part of the government. So, Dicey regarded rule of law as the bedrock of the British legal system. The rule of law in its most basic form is the principle that no one is above the law, and the rule logically follows from the idea that truth and therefore law is based upon fundamental principles which can be discovered but which cannot be created through an act of will. This has always been the basic understanding of rule of law that propounds that the law rules over all people including the persons administrating the law. The lawmakers need to give reasons that can be justified under the law while exercising their powers to make and administer the law. So the Dicey, I'll be talking about Dicey's rule of law in brief now. And according to Professor Dicey, rules of law contains three principles, or it has three meanings, which are the supremacy of law, which means that the rule of law is that no man is punishable or can lawfully be made to suffer in body or goods except for distinct breach of law established in the ordinary legal manner before the ordinary courts of the land. The second one is equality before law, which is the rule of law is no man is above law, and while the principle of supremacy of law sets in place checks and balances over the government on making and administering the law, the principle of equality before the law seeks to ensure that the law is administered and enforced in a justifiable manner. It is not enough to have a fair law, but the law which must be applied on a just manner as well. The law cannot discriminate between people on the basis of sex, religion, caste, etc. This concept of the rule of law has been codified in the Indian Constitution under Article 14 and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights under the Preamble and Article 7. So, the third one was predominance of legal spirit, or the third meaning of the rule of law is the general principles of the Constitution are the result of judicial decisions determining rights of private persons in a particular case brought before the court. In including this as a requirement for the rule of law, Dicey's belief was that it was insufficient to simply include the above two principles in the constitution of the country or in its other laws for the state to be in one which the principles of rule of law are being followed. There must be an enforcing authority, and Dicey believed that this authority could be found in the courts. The courts are the enforcers of the rule of law, and they must be both impartial and free from all external influences. Thus, the freedom of the judicial becomes an important pillar to the rule of law. So I'll be continuing the rule of law under administrative law in the next video. Thank you everyone.